called glad and sad. Hey, have you ever been both glad and sad at the same time? Really? Yeah. Wait a minute. Stop the show. When you're getting married, that's when you're glad and sad at the same time? Yeah, that's a good answer, yeah. We should remember that, yeah. Actually, here's an example. Let's say that you're playing a game, you're playing a sports game, and your team loses. Are you sad? Yeah. But you're happy for the other team because they won, right? Yeah, that's what it means to be a good sport. This is a story about some men that were on a journey, and they were traveling in the desert. Guess what happened? They were traveling in the desert, and they were about to make camp in the desert, and then they heard a voice from the sky. They had never heard a voice from the sky before. And the voice said, I don't want you to make camp here. Go a little further to the dry riverbed, and when you get there, pick up some old rocks and place them in your bag. Well, they had never heard a voice from the sky before, so you know what they did? They went to the dry riverbed to pick up some old rocks. They did. They picked up some old rocks, and they threw them in their bag. They didn't think much more about it, but then the next morning, they woke up and they started to get ready to continue on their journey. And then one of the men reached into his bag and he pulled out a solid nugget of gold. He couldn't believe it. He was rich. He had never had this much gold before. He reached in again and he pulled out, that's an emerald. He couldn't believe it. He reached in again and he pulled out, that's an amethyst. Oh, it's another precious stone. And then, that's a sapphire. Oh, he was so rich. Wait a minute, I think there's another one here. It's a ruby. He had never been this rich before. He told his friends to check their bags. Sure enough, they had precious stones as well. They were so happy. But then, one of the men began to cry. They said, what's wrong? He said, I wish I'd have picked up more rocks. Guess what? If I'd have just picked up more rocks, I'd be rich forever. You see, they were listening to the voice of opportunity. But sometimes when we hear that voice, it sounds kind of strange. I like to think of it like this. It's an old joke. Knock, knock. Opportunity. Don't be silly. Opportunity only knocks once. That's the story of being glad and sad. Don't miss out on a great opportunity. That's it. Thank you very much.